introducing caning for scams to better deter and punish those who commit scams or facilitate the commission of scams. Sir, scams are by far the most prevalent crime type in Singapore today. Between 2020 and the first half of 2025, there were about 190,000 cases reported, with losses amounting to about 3.7 billion Singapore dollars. These are staggering numbers. They constitute 60% of all reported crimes, and the losses are more than 3.5 times the cost of building Woodlands Health Campus. MHA has been working with other agencies and the private sector on measures to counter the scourge of scams. Earlier this year, Dr. Tan Wu Meng suggested in this House that MHA also consider introducing caning for scams to better deter and punish those who commit scams or facilitate the commission of scams. We have reviewed the suggestion and agree with it. Members may refer to Part A of the Annex for the proposed amendments. We will introduce mandatory caning for scammers. Clause 64 of the bill amends Section 420 of the Penal Code so that offenders who commit scams, defined as cheating mainly by means of remote communication, will be punished with at least 6 strokes of the cane. We will also introduce discretionary caning in Section 420 of the Penal Code for serious cases of cheating. We will take an equally firm stance against scam syndicates. These syndicates mobilize significant resources to conduct and profit from scams and have the highest level of culpability. Clauses 37 and 38 of the bill introduce new offences in the Organised Crime Act so that members of and recruiters for scam syndicates will be subject to mandatory caning of at least 6 strokes if they knew that the organised criminal group was a scam syndicate. Beyond dealing with scammers and scam syndicates, another key strategy is to deny them the tools that enable them to conduct scams. These scam enablers include SIM cards, SingPass credentials, and payment accounts. Crippling the supply of scam enablers would significantly increase the difficulty for scammers to successfully conduct or profit from scams in Singapore. We will therefore introduce discretionary caning for those who facilitate scams. These are offenders who either knew or had reasonable grounds to believe that the scam enabler they provide would be used in the commission of or would be used in the facilitation of a crime. Clauses 10, 11, 19, 20, and 30 to 34 of the bill introduce discretionary caning for certain offences under the Miscellaneous Offences Public Order and Nuisance Act, the Corruption, Drug Trafficking and Other Serious Crimes Confiscation of Benefits Act, and the Computer Misuse Act in this regard. For upstream enablers such as SingPass credentials and SIM cards, discretionary caning will broadly apply to 2 categories of cases. First category is where the offender intended or knew, depending on the offence, that the enabler would be used to commit or facilitate the commission of a scam. The second category covers cases where the enabler is actually used to commit or facilitate the commission of a scam, even if the offender did not intend or know this. For the second category of offenders, discretionary caning will apply if the offender fails to prove that he or she had taken reasonable steps to ensure that the enabler would not be used to commit or to facilitate the commission of a scam. For downstream enablers such as payment accounts, discretionary caning will apply if the criminal proceeds laundered involve benefits from a scam, and the offender had failed to take reasonable steps to ensure that the account is not used to launder scam proceeds. Let me assure members that genuine victims who are found to have been deceived into providing a scam enabler would not be affected by the introduction of caning as a punishment. The existing offences do not penalise genuine victims in the first place. The Ministry will continue monitoring the scam situation closely and will further increase our penalties if needed.